From a distance, it looks like some architectural works. The undulating hills and valleys that characterize the topology of Kigezi region in southwestern Uganda seem to be covered by repetitive chiseled patches. They are structured in different shapes and sizes and tones of green and yellow, forming a spectacular scenery. At a close range, however, the winding roads, negotiating the troughs and hilltops that would make motoring a memorable adventure complete the scenic beauty, unveils the underlying time bomb in the region. The green patches are gardens on highly fragmented pieces of land, signaling an acute population pressure and the attendant land shortages in the region. The yellowing patches are malnourished crops, confirming that the soils are highly degraded because of erosion and overuse by the predominantly subsistence farming communities in the region. To compound it all, the rugged paths through the steep terrain makes marketing of the agricultural produce a nightmare, stifling further the livelihoods of one of the highest population densities in Uganda today. The impact is particularly evident on the poor and marginalized members of this society. It is these that the Kigezi Business Development Service Project was designed to help out of their predicament. It operates in the districts of Kabale, Kisoro, and Kanungu.
This project is funded by the Austrian government, CARE Austria, CARE Uganda, and the Wellspring Foundation based in the USA. The community that we serve are the very poor, have limited access to markets, and yet they are doing very good, profitable businesses. And the bottom line that we are looking at is fighting poverty, which is looking at the Millennium Development Goal number 1. This area, the problem of land is acute. So we realize that the subsectors that we are going to support should be subsectors that take as less land as possible. And that's why we promoted the honey subsector, because the beehives are put in the trees or in the gardens that people use. That does not take any space. It can be put even in the compound. We are supporting the passion fruit subsector because the poles that the passion fruits are growing on run through the gardens. We are supporting the handcraft subsector that use raw materials from forest or from the wetlands. We found out that in the honey subsector, they are mainly men, although we are trying to attract as many women as possible. The handcraft subsector is predominantly women. The passion fruit is a mixture of the two. But the total population that we are targeting is 25,000 people.
The project adopted the business service approach of identifying markets for the enterprises and linking them to the local producers.
We do a lot of market research as CARE, and then we look at which one can be more profitable but sustainable. We look at the whole chain from production up to the last consumer. And then we look at the best entry point, trying to shift farmers from subsistence farming to some level of commercialization. So when we started, we made some subsector analyses, and we found that the farmers have been in passion fruit, in honey, and handcraft. And when we went in market analysis, we found actually out there are some markets that can be profitable and sustainable to help these farmers. So the markets that we have directly identified and linked to the farmers, we have reduced the intermediaries, we have reduced middlemen. The farmers are talking to the buyers directly. That means reducing the monies that have been taken all along between there. By the way, in all our marketing strategies in the rural areas, we've tried to help them establish collection centers in all subsectors. So you find that farmers know that when I have harvested, I'm supposed to be collecting somewhere, and where I will be paid cash, then I go back home. By that, carrying a special passion fruit, the bicycles are already on ground. People must pay something, maybe 50%, but after paying, they can own it. But in a sense that the person who has that is able to be charging a fee on carrying different sacks from different places to collection centers. So whoever has participated in any of the subsectors, Whoever has sold, there is a difference, especially in the household income.
On the ground, CARE worked through different partners to ensure that the local communities, 1, increase on the quality and quantity of their products, and 2, develop systems such as contracts, all geared at meeting the requirements of the identified markets.